Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing you an update what's going on at the garage. So, 2010 GMC Terrain, one of my regular guys' trucks. It is in because this thing almost lost its engine. His wife was driving the truck. She was on her way home. She got to the first traffic light. The truck stalled as soon as she stopped. She got to a second traffic light. It did it again. From there, it's a straight shot. It's just a run down the highway about 45, 55 miles an hour for about 4 or 5 miles. In that 4 or 5 miles, it stalled 2 more times. So we had the truck brought over here, and when we started it up, we heard the timing chain. We then plugged the scanner in, and the scanner had all kinds of codes. I mean, just everything was there. So we went ahead and told him what's going on. He said, go ahead, pull it apart and fix it. We figured it was just going to be some bad timing chains, maybe a bad timing chain slack adjuster or guide. And yeah, we pulled it apart and there was a bad guide, and that's the one right there. You could see all the pieces of it. This used to be similar to that, and it is no longer like that. And then these are the bolts that used to hold it in. And yeah, look at that. The timing chain was rubbing against those bolts, and you can see where it was rubbing. That's the timing chain where it was rubbing across the bolts. And it is shaped just like the timing chain. Look at that, both of them for this slack adjuster or guide. So this is your timing chain. These are your 2 phasers, your intake and exhaust, and they control the cam. They advance or retard the cam according to what the computer and your foot position and everything's telling it. These are your VVT solenoids, and these control what the phasers do. The computer tells these what to do, these tell these what to do, and it moves your cams back and forth. This is your front cover. This is your oil pump. This whole assembly with all the bolts, that's your oil pump. That is the oil pump cover. And you can see where this timing chain was rubbing on that oil pump cover. It actually started wearing out the timing chain links. And look at that. So we also found that his oil pump, look at that, how much play is in there. There's way more than there should be. There's always a little bit, but not that much. So we're getting him a new oil pump, the whole 9 yards. We have new phasers, new timing chain, new guides, new tensioner over here. We have all of those, new guide over there. And I'll show you, these are the bolts that we were looking at that are all worn out. They're a shouldered bolt that sits in the guide like that, and then gets bolted into the engine block. So this way it holds everything together. And wow, this thing was, I'm serious, this thing was just on the verge, hey Jax, of losing its motor. You could see all of the metal that's in there. I mean, there's a lot. So we took the oil pan down, we cleaned out the oil pan, we looked over the underside of the motor, everything looked good. It doesn't look like a lot of oil went through, a lot of dirt and shrapnel went through the motor. We also have the cams that still look very good. There are no real gouges in them or anything like that. They still look okay. All the lobes are still there. All of the rollers for the valves are still there. So everything looks okay inside the motor. It's got a little bit of carbon buildup on it, but not a big deal. We could take it, you know, that is what it is. It's a motor with 210,000 miles on it. So yeah, we got a lot still to do to this. You know, we got the new exhaust manifold coming in because you could see the crack right there. It goes all the way through. We knew that was there from a while ago, but we weren't going to do it for, you know, he wanted to wait. And, well, we waited. So, we're waiting on a couple of parts. We got to get these bolts in because when we found these, it was too late to get them. Everybody had already closed up. So we'll pick them up tomorrow, go over to Chevy, get them, and get everything all back together and get it all done. The oil pan is already cleaned out. It's already back up and in the truck, and now we're going to start putting everything back together. All that's left to get for tomorrow is those 2 bolts, and then we will have it all ready. There's Lily. Hi, Lil. And there's Jax. We're hanging out at the shop for a little while. So there you go, guys. Have fun. I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.